YouTube, what's happening? This is CJ the Detail Guy. Just back with another video. Just an update on this red 83Os. Y'all saw some of the stuff that I did yesterday. Well, today I got even further. I was able to get the carpet out of it today. It's not in the worst shape, but it's not in the best shape either. It's really brittle. So I might end up having to buy another carpet. It can be clean and it can be used, but it got some wore out spots on it right there. Around the holes and stuff for the seating and stuff like that, it's all cracked up or it's cracking. So I'm a little nervous about keeping that in the car. It's cleanable because it's still got a nice soft texture to it. So it's a possibility that I might keep it. But it does have some fade to it. You probably can see that right there. The two different colors there. That's from underneath the console. That's outside of the car. So it's not in the worst shape, but it ain't in the best shape. All right, and it had that semi backing plate on it too, so it wasn't anything really covering the floors, but it took care of the floors because it wasn't any real internal leaks. Of course, you know we got the core support off of it already. So here's the inside of the car now with the carpet out. Got all the carpet out of it. Also was able to take all of the headliner stuff out of it. All the plastics and things, the trimming, everything I was able to take out of the car. Now I'm glad I did take it out. The floors do look pretty good. It's got surface rust in here. So I'm gonna have to wire wheel a lot of this stuff to get the surface rust off, the flaking. I blew it out already, got a lot of it out, but I'm gonna wire wheel it, and then I'm gonna hit it with the rust. Let me show you that. Let me show you that because this stuff is very important. I'm in here watching Country Wayne, but this stuff here, rust mortar. Rust conversion compound. I'm gonna hit the whole floor with this. Not only am I gonna hit the floor, I'm gonna hit the frame and the underbody of the car, everything with that. That's called Sim Rust Mort, and that's the number for it right there. You can spray it on, you can brush it on, you know, whatever, but it turns rust into like a black hard compound, and the rust basically goes away. All right, so you hit the top, bottom areas of the car with it, and then you got everything going good. So, like I said, I got everything in the inside out, all the trimming, everything through the inside out of the car. The next thing I gotta do, I gotta get all the chrome trimming off from around the windows, from around the windshield. Then I gotta get the windshield out and the chrome off to the back. But also another thing I was able to do, I told you it was gonna probably come in today. You probably can kind of see it, but the plate, the AC box delete plate came in today. It's an aluminum plate. This is the .06 plate with jigs. There's another one that's like a .09. I think that's with jigs also. I went with the .06. It's a little thin. Like I said, it's aluminum. You know, and it might be hard to try to get this plate welded on here, being that it's aluminum. But we're gonna try and see. I'm gonna ask the body man when he get ready to work that, you know, what we can do about that. But if push comes to shove, put the gasket behind it, and the screws go all the way around it, and then you can work that, you know, with fiberglass or whatnot to smooth that whole wall out. So that can be worked. So that came in. That looks pretty good. That wall is gonna be pretty nice and closed up. Had a little damage here from the packing, how they had it. But let me show y'all the part number on that thing. Also, I got that sander that I told y'all I was gonna get. But here's the part number for that plate. I I got it from Jegs. AC delete panel plate. Panel fits 78 to 88 G bodies, and that's the part number for it there. Came pretty quick, so I can't trip. The packaging, as you can tell, it's just a thin piece of cardboard. When it came, it already was kind of split open because the plate is thin. It cut it a little bit. So, of course, down at the bottom, you know, where it hit the ground, that's where it was bent all up at. All right, but again, this is the part number for that. That's the part number for it if you want to look it up. It's something that you might want. That's part number, phone number, everything. Came from Jegs, all right? And mine is the .06. The .09 might be a little thicker, but, you know, you can look around. They got other plates that you can order, but Jegs worked out for me. But the other thing that I wanted to show was this sandblasting gun. I think I told y'all about this gun not too long ago, but shoot, you can't get to the sandblaster. You could go get this. I got this from Napa out in Tuano in Williamsburg. It's got a high flow plug. You see what the gun looks like. You need at least 90 PSI. Looking for the English side. What do we have? It says the airflow is 3.75 CFM. It's got 600 cc capacity for what you put in here. But you need to have an air inlet of a 1/4 inch. That's the part number there, 25580. But on here it tells you that you need to have recommended working pressure at least 90 PSI. I got a 200 PSI air compressor that I'm going to use, so that's going to push it out pretty hard. And it's recommended size holes are 3/8 holes. I got both of those, so we should be fine. But again, it's called True Flat high flow air sander and air sandblasting gun. And here's a part number for it. Like I said, I got this joker from Napa Auto Parts. But also I went by Harbor Freight and I got some sandblasting glass, some ground glass, 40 by 7 grit glass media, 5 pounds of it. It says it's non-damaging to soft materials, non-toxic, insert, high consumption efficiency, low particle embedment, 100% recycled bottled glass. It's recommended for welding prep, aluminum, brass, die cast, rust, sheet metal, paint prep, transmission, engine, and engine cleaning. It says good, it works. So I'm gonna try this out. They got others, but I wanted to try this one first. I got 2 of them. We'll see where that takes me. But let me open this box real quick and actually get a good look. I haven't even opened the box yet. It's as advertised. It's as advertised. Try to do this with one hand, y'all. But it's as advertised. As you can see, you put your sand in there. You got your air, your opening on there. That's pretty decent. And it comes with the connector, the high flow connector on it, so you can get a good flow of air coming through that. Now I might have to find a different fitting. I might have to find a different fitting for my air compressor, but it should work just fine. But this is metal. All this is metal. This is metal here. Then this is of course plastic here, where you can pour your sand down in there, and it feeds it right through with the pressure. So it might work. You know, we're gonna try it out. If it works, of course, I'm gonna let y'all know, and I'm gonna show y'all what it looks like. But again, there's the part number for it. I got it from Napa. It's called a True Flat air sandblasting gun. It's like a pistol, whatever. So try your luck. And here's the Harbor Freight brand Central Pneumatic ground glass with all of the information on that. Excuse me, y'all. Oh, excuse me. Ooh, excuse me. But there go the information on that. So do what you do with that. But again, here's the JEGS AC delete plate panel and the parts number on that there. So like I said, she coming along. You can see her. She look pretty good now. I also got the motor mounts taken off. I took them off today too. So now I'm ready really to just go ahead and see how that sandblaster works. I'm gonna hit this portion of the frame and whatever else I can hit with that sandblaster and see what it does. And y'all know I'm gonna hit it with the grinder and all that stuff too, to get all this rust and stuff off of it, treat it, and then seal it all up. This whole suspension getting changed. Everything on this suspension getting changed. I know I'm putting the up-to-date, the S10, the Blazer spindles on here, the lower and drop spindles. I'm putting that on here. I'm going to change these upper and lower control arms. I'm going to put the heavy-duty S10 upper and lower control arms on this car. My other car, I'm going to do the whole BMR setup. So what's on my other car, I'm going to take off and put on here. All right. And then on the other car, it's going to be all tubular control arms on that one. But yeah, it's coming along. That plate looks pretty nice on there. The interior, you know, it wasn't super hard pulling it apart. Got everything here. I got everything, of course, bagged and tagged with everything in here. All the different things with the labels on them. That's just how I do anyway. I do the same thing with my other car. I'm gonna do the same thing with this car. And then all the parts and things right there. So, but yeah, it's moving right along. Probably tomorrow when I come in, I'm gonna take these windows out and I'm gonna start getting all this chrome trimming off. And I gotta call a guy to make an appointment for him to come and take this windshield out. Once I do that, shoot, pretty much everything else gonna be a breeze from here. Like I said, my appointment is March 1st, so I'm trying to do as much as I can before I send the car off. So I'm gonna treat this interior, I'm gonna treat the floors, I'm gonna seal the floors, and I'm gonna try to start laying the kill mat through the whole car, as far as the floors and the trunk and stuff like that go. I'm gonna get all that stuff done before I send it off to the paint man. Do the same thing with the roof. This is the factory stuff that comes, this cork stuff here, this the factory stuff that comes in there. So I'm gonna pull that down and I'm gonna put that kill mat around the whole inside of the car. But like I said, look, if you can really look in there, those floors are solid. They're solid. Let me grab my other, I don't know what I did with my other light, but hold on. Let me grab that right quick, y'all. Boy, this thing here dirty. I've been ripping and racing in this bad boy. I've been trying not to do too much work in the shop. Just not trying to be around here right now. I'm irritated about my car, so just trying to stay as far away from here as possible. So I've been on the road working out of the van. So she loaded to the max. But anyway, but look at these floors in this car, y'all. Little surface rust all the way around, but nothing cutting through. So all this stuff I'll be able to wire wheel mostly all of this stuff in here. Clean everything up. This center shifter here, I'll probably clean that up real good. I might even change it. I might even take it out and put a B&M shifter in there. I don't know. I'm still debating it. But because I'm going to have 2 extra gears, I believe, on my transmission than what comes with this car. So I'm either going to have to do that or I'm going to have to buy the kit that allows me to go back further. but I'll figure that out when I get to that point. Yeah, so she looking good in there. So we coming right along. And that's gonna be, once I get that AC unit that I'm gonna hook up in here and set it in here the way I'm gonna set it, it's gonna be a real nice bit of space up in this joker. AC gonna be blowing through, heat gonna be blowing through, defrost, everything's gonna be blowing through good, and that's gonna be a nice look there to where I can still do what I need to do with my motor. So that's looking a lot better already, y'all. A lot better already. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this one up. When I got some more, y'all know I'll cut you back on. Again, this CJ the detail guy. I'm gone. YouTube, what's going on? This CJ here, this CJ the detail guy. Just a late night. What's today? February 16th. Just out here kind of late working. It's dark out here. I'm probably out here by myself. But ain't concerned. Just out here getting a little work done. Y'all see that bad boy sitting in the middle of the floor. Just another update on the red 83Os. I have another update for the Cutlass hopefully soon. The other 83 T-top. But I've been in here doing a little work tonight. Yesterday I showed y'all that I had the carpet out of it, the dash out of it, all the plastics, the headliner, all that stuff like that. So I told you I was getting ready to do the rust treatment on it. So I did that today using the rust mort. That's the part number. Rust mort, rust conversion compound. I told you I was going to treat the car. I was going to treat the core support, all that stuff. So did that today. Look at that, y'all. I treated the frame, front half of the frame. It's still a little wet, but look how it's converting that rust over to solid metal, where it'll be paintable. You'll be able to scuff it up a little bit, paint it, all of that. I did the brake booster. Look how it's dropping all that rust off of that brake booster. Look at that. Did the whole thing, the bottom of it, everything. I took the hinges off, treated the hinges. I treated the whole upper area of the firewall. Still some running down and treating itself. I did this front half of the body. I took that plate off and did all in that area. Sprayed those, the arms for the frame. Like I said, I did the bolts, everything on the car. I also went inside the vehicle and did the entire floor. So I treated the whole floor in there with it. Everything's treated. And I put multiple coats. You see it's still a little damp over there, so I gotta brush that around. I put multiple coats all over the whole thing, y'all. Even the shifter, y'all see that? I ain't scrubbed that. I sprayed that. And I used some with the brush, then the others I used with the air sprayer there. It's upside down, but I used that to spray mostly everything. But y'all see it. Where it's heavy, it really works the best. Let me get the light so I can really show y'all. Hold on. Because you can't really tell from the way I'm just moving around all quick with it, but let me get the light and really show y'all how it's looking. All right, look at that. Everything's treated in there. So when I come in here tomorrow, this floor allowed to be black. Y'all see how that console came out? That was completely rusted. Look how it's changing. It's converting back. Anywhere there's rust, it converts it back to solid metal. Then you can scuff it up a little bit, and then you can treat it with your rust treat and all that stuff like that. So that turned out pretty good. I like that. Like I said, took the hinges off, did the hinges, all the bolts. That frame. I mean, look at how rusty and dry it was. Now look at it. The firewall, same thing. Same thing. Treated it all. So I'll be able to scuff this up good. I even went up here in the tray, sprayed up whatever I could spray up there. But of course, there's more I gotta do to this frame. There's more I gotta do to the floor. I gotta spray the sealant down. And I also gotta put the kill mat down on it. I already got that stuff over there. But look how that came out. And y'all saw how rusty that was. But it's converting that right back. So that's a good deal. See how it looks back there? Also in the trunk, took everything out the trunk for one. All of the chromes. Took off the trims because I still had trim on the car. Took the trims off. All that's over there. Packing tray, plate on the rear fenders. Took everything out the trunk. Because literally this car is getting ready to go to the body man. And some of this stuff, like the seat belts and stuff like that, gonna stay here with me. This piece right here gonna stay here with me because that's going to the upholstery shop. That's for the top. So that gotta go to the upholstery shop. All of the rest of the stuff, he's gonna do some work to it. I ain't revealed the color to this yet, but it's coming. I just got the wheels situated today. And today is February the 16th, 2023. So this, like I told y'all, this car gonna be done probably before my car, so we'll see. But I treated some of the trunk area. I ran out, so I gotta get some more so I can finish treating it. But where it was the heavy rust at, I was able to spray that area. It wasn't really heavy rust, it was surface rust. I was able to spray that. So I sprayed all of that as much as I could because, I mean, to be honest with you, this floor is really solid. It still has coating on it. Where it has a little rust is because it got scraped up, and you know the coating came off, and it let that happen. And this was where the wheel wells and you had your tires, your jack, and all that stuff in here, and they scraped that up. So I sprayed down in there. Once I go get another bottle, I'm gonna spray this entire trunk, and then I'm gonna seal this whole trunk. All of that I'm gonna do before I send it off to paint. I'm not gonna paint the frame before I send it to paint. If I do anything, because I'm gonna get him to do the frame notch on this joint. If I get him to do anything, I'm probably just gonna spray this front half, because this front half is gonna be exposed. This gonna be exposed, so I'm gonna paint this now. He gonna put it all back together once he does the firewall. So I'm gonna spray this half. I'm probably gonna spray all the way back. Skip the wells here and spray the rest, the undercarriage, all the rest of that. But this section's here, I'm gonna leave that open so it can get frame notched, and then then just spray everything else. But also today I was able, some more parts came in today. Let me show you that. But here's my core support. I don't know if y'all saw that before, but it was completely rusted out. It's upside down right now, but look how it's converting that back. Converting it back. And I sprayed this heavy so it could just sit on it and soak. So it's breaking it down. It's doing what it's supposed to be doing. I mean, it's looking good. So what I'm gonna do once this gets squared away, I'm gonna scuff this up. He's gonna spray my core support and the entire engine area anyway. So I'll probably just let him go ahead and do that, because I'm not gonna put the engine in until he tells me he got the firewall together and he has the firewall straight. Once he tells me he got the firewall together, I'm gonna drive up there with the motor, and I'm gonna put the motor in while it's there like this, where it'll be super duper stupid easy to do. While he's still painting and doing all that other stuff he's gonna be doing, I'm gonna put the motor in like this. At least sit it in here. I'm not gonna have it driving. I'm gonna have it sitting in here. So before I send it to him, I got to figure out what I'm going to do with the proportion valve. If I'm going to go ahead and switch it to this. Because I got a bead on a rear end. So trying to figure out what I'm going to do. But I could do that even after I put the motor in. So once I put the motor in, that'll be, in, locked down, wrapped all up. Transmission in, locked down, wrapped all up. So I won't have to worry about, that kind of stuff. That'll be in, it'll be, once he gets it done and he brings it back, then, I'll finish all that stuff then. But it'll be in without no issue. That's all I wanted. So I'm going to change the steering shaft. I need to order that right away before we leave. I need to order the steering shaft and the bushing, the new bushing to go on this bad boy. Once I get that done, then it can go. The upper and lower control arms, I might do that before it leaves. We'll see. Still got a lot going on. But anyway, like I said, I got some parts, some more stuff came in today. I showed y'all the plate yesterday. That's the firewall plate. So I had put that on the car. But what I also was waiting on was for the rest of the plate that goes on the upper, because of course once you take that box out, that top plate is gone. So I got this plate here, and it's sturdy. It's not no little weak plate, and it goes right here on the screw setups that's on there. It goes right there. So once you put it on and you screw it in there, it's locked in there. Something that I saw the other day with Elco warning. This thing heavy duty, y'all. This ain't no little weak piece. But something I saw with Elco warning the other day, on the one he had, which he said those are G-Force ones. G-Force. This one just one I ordered off of Amazon, but it's solid. It's already got the paint on it that's, keep it protected. I'm going to add a drain plug here with a tube that goes down below the frame to drop the water that runs on my that runs across the front here. Because of course when it rains, the water gonna run down the windshield, and it's gonna run right to this tray here, and it's gonna want to find somewhere to go. So when it runs in this tray from across there, from down the windshield, I'm gonna have a drain plug right here that runs straight down the wall, right down the back half of the frame back there, where the water just runs somewhere down, either down in here through the fender or through the back side over there. One of them. I'm gonna have a tube running down there, draining that water off so it doesn't sit and run all up in my engine compartment, down the wall, all down the wall and all that stuff. Because I am putting the AC in back in here, but not, the old style. I'm doing the under the dash kind, so I'm gonna have to run my lines back out. So I'm thinking that's what I'm gonna use this hole for here, or I might put one, a setup on this plate. So I don't want that water running all down on top of all that stuff there. So that's what I'm gonna do with that. But that came in today. Let me see if I can get the part numbers for that. Because that stuff, that packaging came in, but it didn't have part numbers and stuff on it. So I'm gonna have to show it to y'all through my phone. And bear with me for a second, but this is the one here. Hopefully you can see that. Hopefully you can see that. That's all it cost me. $22.99, y'all. That's all it cost me. And it's a heavy duty, sturdy plate. Came with the bolts and everything. All that stuff I have right here. It came packaged in here, wrapped up in the bubble wrap. And that's the way it came. And like I said, it's solid. It's a solid piece. All right. The second thing that I got, let me show y'all this. And this is important for a lot of guys. They purchase the chromes that go on the fenders. Let me see if I can show you. Now this 442 has had the fenders replaced on it, on this side. So it has these holes here. This is where the little short chrome goes. Now the short chrome, when you buy them, they have little rods on the back end of it. But those rods, if you push them through there, they gonna come right back out because they don't have nothing to hold them. So they sell the pieces for that to clip right in here and hold them in place. Not like the original ones that was like a little metal clip. These are metal, but they couple the entire rod. So let me show y'all these. And these come from gbodyparts.com. Little clips. Really, really little clips. Hopefully you can see that. Little clips. Y'all see that? They're metal. So you stick them on the rods and you push them down in the fender and it locks in place. Little ones. Let me show you the part number and stuff for that. This here. gbodyparts.com. You see? The little chrome trim right there where the red arrow is? Well, they go right there, two to the side. They gave me about 8 of them. So, and I ordered 2 sets of them. I ain't gonna lie, I ordered 2 sets of them. Actually, I got more than 8 in that bag, maybe. But that's all they cost me. $9.95. Little stuff like that, y'all. Everybody think it costs an arm and a leg to get some of this stuff. It really doesn't. You just gotta look. When you look, you'll find this stuff. But this is it here. 81 to 88 Cutlass T-top fender hood trim. Y'all see it, $9.95. So they send you and that's pretty nice, a keychain and the pieces. You see it? 1, 2, that's 4. Yeah, they sent me 8. That's what I needed. That's what I ordered, 8. So those gonna come in handy. You need something small, simple like that, gonna make stuff happen. But anyway, so this is what I've been working on today. I'm gonna come in tomorrow. It's gonna be raining a lot tomorrow, so I'm really gonna be. Look at how that stuff is still changing while I'm sitting here, y'all. See how it's getting blacker? So probably tomorrow when I come in here, all this gonna be black. Where it's open metal. Now, of course, where it's painted red, it ain't gonna be black, but it's gonna be darkened where the rust is at. So that's beast. I like that. So anyway, tomorrow when I come, I've been calling trying to get this windshield out. Man, I ain't trying to pay nobody $125 to get this windshield out. I got the last one taken out for like $40, so I'm trying to find that guy. But the one guy that I thought I had, he told me he's sick, he can't do nothing. I get that, so I got to figure it out. So I'm gonna take all the chrome off tomorrow, all the way around, all of this old, molding. I'm gonna take all that stuff off tomorrow. I'm gonna take all of the windows out, quarter windows. Y'all see I treated the rust here. You see it's turning black? I treated all of it, all the way around. Even treated the areas that I had got all the metal welded in. I treated all of that. Everywhere I could treat, I treated it. You know what I'm saying? So that's the plan for tomorrow. Get everything out and get that stuff together. So now once I get ready to finish with this car, put it back in place, I got to go next door to my Cutlass and change the fuel rail. Them factory, not factory, but the you order them fuel rails from these companies. I ordered mine from Jegs. You know, they give you the 6 AM fittings or the AM fittings. Man, them fittings ain't worth it. Every time I turn around, one of them leaking. So I gotta change them with the better upgraded. I gotta go to like and here around here we got Hampton Rubber, BB, B&B. You know, they make this kind of stuff like this, hydraulic lines with the, you know, push locks and all that kind of stuff like that. Heavy duty stuff. I gotta change my stuff to this from them AM fittings, because everything keeps on leaking. I guess the gas eating through that little weak anodized aluminum and just leaking right all over the place. So I'm gonna go change that here in a little bit, so I can crank my car up. I started it the other day. I think y'all was in there with me when I started it, but it was leaking like crazy. So that's the new line with the 300 PSI fuel line fuel line rubber hosing, because the braided line was also the same thing, leaking. So I'm gonna get that squared away and just keep it moving on these cars, man. Just keep it moving. I hope this video won't all over the place as far as me moving and not having it in the right place, but it is what it is, y'all. But this CJ Detail Guy, man. I'm gone. YouTube, what's going on? This CJ the Detail Guy. Just coming back with a little update on this red 83 O's. I showed y'all yesterday me spraying the frame, what it was looking like while it was still wet. Well, here it is now. I told you it was gonna black everything out. So you can see that. See that wall? It blacked it all out. Before, you go back to some of the video, before when you looked at it that way, it was basically that ashy red from the rust. But you see how it's looking now. Everything has been converted and is ready to be painted, except for the stuff that I'm taking off, like the control arms, that kind of stuff. But this is the interior floor. Still a little bit damp in there from me spraying so much, but I went back and brushed it, so that should be dried out by tomorrow. But it sealed all the floors good up in there, so there's no issue in there. And here's that trunk area, the trunk area that I did yesterday as well. So it got all of that pretty much squared away. So now all I gotta do with this stuff is really pretty much spray the coating over top of the spray, let it sit for a couple days, spray the coating over the top of it, and shoot, it'd be good. And I can start putting my kill mat down on top of it. Like I said, I even sprayed where it was rusted at the roof area here, and you see it's converting that as well. So, you know, that's gonna be good for the body, man. He'll be able to, you know, get on that and really get to work on that. But shoot, look at this core support here. Told you that was just gonna change that whole look at that. Look at that. The whole core support switched up on us. It's black, so it was going black anyway, so it's blacked out. The whole thing. So that's looking pretty good to me, so I can scuff it up a little bit and put the coating on that and keep it moving. All right, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. So again, the stuff that I used, you didn't see it on yesterday's video, this is it here. Rust Mort, rust converter compound. That's the part number right there. But this stuff works really good. It says it removes and converts rust prior to apply a body filler, primer, or top coat. So it's paintable. You can do whatever you want with this stuff, and it works out well. Also, I found something that I didn't even know was at Harbor Freight. I showed y'all that sand blaster that I had bought. I found the same thing at Harbor Freight. Same thing. But I was having issues finding the high flow fittings. So I went to Harbor Freight to get them, and this is them. That goes with this one. It wouldn't even have fit the one I was trying to use, and that one cost 2 times the price of this one, but they're identical, except the gun was red. I mean, the holder was red. So y'all know what I did. I took that back and bought this one for half the price. I'm gonna see how it worked. Got the exact same everything on it. All the the gallons per minute, the PSI, all that stuff is the same. So that's, you can go find this at Harbor Freight. So I'm gonna use that on my smaller parts, little things that I need to get a little rust off of and keep it moving. But yeah, so that was just an update on that red 83 O's. I ain't got nobody to get this windshield out yet, so I ain't even felt like doing that. It's been raining all day here, so but for the most part, that rust converter doing its job, and I'm happy about that. So matter of fact, look at this, y'all. Look at this shifter. That shifter don't even look the same. It took all of the rust off of it, converted it right back to that aluminum, whatever it was, metal, aluminum, whatever it was, and I like that. So If anybody knows where I can find the shifter adjustment, this piece here. They sell these pieces where you can add more gears to it. Being that I'm putting a bigger motor in it, I got 2 more gears with my transmission. So, bigger transmission, I got 2 more gears with it. So, I need that shifter to change this one so I can shift to those last places. If anybody know where I can find that out, just put it in the comments for me, and help me out with that. So I greatly appreciate it. I seen somebody do it on YouTube. I might have to just go search it out. But yeah, that would help me out because I really don't want to change that shifter. I want to keep it as stock as possible. I'm going to get the handle rewrapped when I get the dash rewrapped. So yeah, so I just want to keep it looking as OG in the inside of this car as possible. So I don't want to do too much crazy to it. It's already going to have a digital dash. She wants a up-to-date stereo in here, and of course the new AC setup. So keep it as classic as possible. So, and then all the lights will be LED. So if y'all know where I can find that shifter out, that adjustment, please let me know. I'll greatly appreciate it. All right, this is CJ the Detail Guy. I'm gone.